to the channel Aacharya Online.
Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.
Good morning, Bhaiya Behan. This is Acharya Asutosh Kumar Pandey from Saraswati Vidya Mandir, Ring Band, Sitamarhi. Today I am going to teach you the second poem of class 9. As you can see on your screen, the title of this poem is Wind. As you know, wind is a natural phenomenon. Sometimes it is very pleasant and sometimes it is very destructive. In this poem, the poet has compared with the difficulties of life. Wind causes a lot of destruction, according to the poet. So before going further in this poem, I would like to give you some information regarding the poem. This poem has been composed by Subramanya Bharati in Tamil at first. Later on, this particular poem was translated into English by A.K. Ramanujan. Just come to know about something about A.K. Ramanujan. His full name was Attipat Krishnaswamy Ramanujan. He was born in Mysore to a Brahmin Iyengar family. He was an Indian poet and a scholar of Indian literature who wrote both in English and Kannada. Ramanujan was a poet, scholar, professor, and a translator. So this is all about A.K. Ramanujan. Now let's talk about the hard words of this poem. The first word is shutter. Shutter, you can say the door of the window. The cover of the windows open and close like a door. Poking fun means to make a fun of, किसी का मजाक उड़ाना. Crumbling means to falling down, to break something into small pieces. Rafters is a part of a house which support a roof. We know to remove the unwanted covering of seeds from grain. In Hindi it is called fatakna. Firmly means strongly, firm is strong. Steadfast means immovable. Blows out to extinguish by a gust means फूंक कर बुझाना. And flourish to do very well, to rise, to grow. So these are the meaning of this hard words of this particular poem. Now let's talk about the poem. In this poem, the poet talks to the wind. He described the power of wind. The poet says that wind is destructive. He has linked the destructive power of wind to the adversities of life and says that the weak people break down, but stronger people emerge out of adversities stronger. Means to say, wind has been compared with the difficulties, the problems, the adversities, the hardship of life which each and everyone has to face in his or her life. but what we should do, how we could tackle this problem in our life very firmly. The poet has described these things in this poem. The poem gives an important message that we should be mentally tough and physically strong in order to survive the hardships of life. A weak person breaks down like weak building and crumbles. But we must make these destructive forces our friends with our strength and determination. The poet is telling to us we have not only to come out, to emerge out of adversities stronger, but we should make these adversities our friend, so that whenever we have to face these difficulties again in our life, we could see it as an easy task, not a difficult task, not a Herculean task. Now read the poem line by line. The very opening line of this poem is, "Wind comes softly." The poet is requesting to the wind, don't blow harsh, come softly. Whenever you blow very hard, you break the shutters of the windows. You break the doors of the windows. You scatter the papers. You throw down the books on the shelf. And he tries to attract the attention of the wind and says, see what have you done there. You threw them all down. The books which had been arranged on the bookshelf, you threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books, and whenever you come, and that is why the poet is requesting in the very first line of the poem to blow softly, so that these things could not be happen. And he says that you are so strong that you brought rain again and again. Sometimes you make a fun of the weak people, the weak things, the small plants, the small things. So you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Whenever you blow hard, the houses crumble, the doors crumble, the rafters crumble, the wood crumbles, the things which are made of wood, they also crumble, the bodies crumble, the life crumbles. When people lost their relatives, their heart crumbles, their hearts broken. The houses are collapsed, the bodies are collapsed, the rafters are broken, the wooden things are broken. It is only because you blow very hard sometimes. You become very destructive. Then the next line, the line is, the wind God winnows and crushes them all. Here you can see the word God has been written in a small letter, because when we particularize the God, like wind God, fire God, then we write God in a small g. Otherwise, when God is one, we write G in capital letter. So in this line he says that wind God winnows and crushes them all, means the wind God take every people in his hand and he winnows them all. The strong people emerges out strongly, but the weak people fallen down, and wind God crushes them all. Again he says that the wind will never do whatever you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. So what is the solution to face these difficulties, to face this strong wind? We should make our house very strong. Let's join the doors firmly, build the house very strongly, very firmly, so that the wind could not harm them. Practice a lot to make your body strong. Make the heart steadfast. Your heart should be very strong. Emotions should be there, but whenever it is needed, it should be steadfast. And the poet is telling to us, do this and the wind will be friend with us. Means, whenever difficulties, hardships comes in our life, we face it. There's no question. We face it and we emerges out with so many times stronger and stronger and stronger. But we have not to emerge out of adversities only. We must make adversities our friends, so that in future we can treat adversities very comfortably, very softly. The wind blows out weak fires. The poet is giving us a clue, a hint, that when a fire is weak, the wind blows it out. अगर आग कमजोर हो तो हवा इसे बुझा देती है. He makes strong fire roar and flourish. लेकिन अगर आग तेज हो, स्ट्रांग हो, तो हवा इसे और दहाड़ने के लायक और फ्लोरिश कर देती, और बढ़ा देती है. His friendship is good, so his friendship is not bad. Because his friendship is good, so we must praise him every day. Praise means prasansa karna. We must praise wind every day because his friendship is good. It is very essential for us. So through this poem, the poet wants to make us understand that we should face the difficulties, the problems of our life strongly. And in this poem, wind has been compared with the problems of our life, which we have to face in our entire period of life. So we must make ourselves physically and mentally strong to face the hardship of life. I hope you all have understood this poem very well. Still, if you have any kind of problem to understand this, if you have any kind of problem in a word, you can ask me on my personal WhatsApp number. My number is 9031 661 668. But before ending this lesson, I would like to give you some more information regarding the poem. This poem has been written in free verse. Means there is no rhyme scheme of this poem. And there are some literary devices are used in this poem. The first literary device is anaphora. Anaphora is a figure of speech when a word is repeated at the start of two or more consecutive lines. जब दो या दो से अधिक लाइनों में एक ही वर्ड सेम वर्ड का यूज़ हो तो ऐसे फिगर ऑफ स्पीच को हम एनाफोरा कहते हैं या ऐसे लिटरेरी डिवाइस को हम एनाफोरा कहते हैं। पोएम के लाइन नंबर 2, 3 और 4 में आप देख सकते हैं कि इसकी शुरुआत डोंट से हुई है और पोएम के लाइन नंबर 6, 7, 8 में इसकी शुरुआत यू से हुई है। इसलिए यहाँ पर जो लिटरेरी डिवाइस यूज़ हुआ है वो एनाफोरा है। सेकेंड लिटरेरी डिवाइस जो है वो पर्सोनिफिकेशन है। पर्सोनिफिकेशन एक ऐसा लिटरेरी डिवाइस होता है जहाँ पर व्हेन वी यूज़ non-living things as a living things, means when we give the qualities of non-living things to a living thing, when we give the qualities of living things to non-living things, this literary device is called personification. As you can see that wind has been treated here as a person, like the poet is telling that wind comes and scatter the papers, he throw down the books from the shelf, the wind throw the pages of the books. So these are the works of human being. That is why personification has been used here. The next literary device is repetition. Crumbling word has been used so many times. So the next literary device is repetition because crumbling word has been used so many times. So this is all about the literary device of this poem. In the next video, I shall discuss the question and answer of this poem. For today, your homework will be write the summary of this poem in your fair copy. Thank you very much. Thank you.